Before you head to the plant store this season, I want you to check out my plant buying guide. It's a completely free resource that's going to help you know which plants are worth your money and which ones you should just skip right past. When I first started gardening, I would head to the store and see hundreds of plants that looked so appealing, and I was just like, take my money, you know what I mean? But I ended up buying so many plants that failed in the garden shortly after I grabbed them from the store. Well, it took me a few years, hundreds of dollars of mistakes, but I figured it out that there's only 3 characteristics you want to look for when you're buying plants at the plant store, and I put them all into this plant buying guide. Essentially, you don't want to buy plants that you could grow very easily from seed. Those aren't going to be worth your money, and you're going to end up with a plant that's not going to thrive very well if it does well from seed directly planted into the soil. You also want to check the timing with the plants that you're buying. If you're buying a plant that doesn't thrive in the current season that you're in, often you need to just skip right past that plant, even if it looks beautiful at the plant shop and the plant shop owner has decided that they want to sell it to you. Just because they're selling it doesn't mean it's a good buy. And then finally, you want to be sure that you're buying plants that are healthy and are at their best stage of growth for you to have the maximum production for that plant once you put it into your garden. You also want to kind of check the math. So if you're spending a certain dollar amount on this particular plant, especially if it's for a vegetable or kitchen garden, you want to be sure the output of that particular plant is going to at least double the amount you would spend on that plant at the grocery store. So for instance, if a cabbage plant is for sale at the plant store and it's priced at around $3, $4, $5, well then head to your grocery store and see how expensive is a head of cabbage that's organically grown at the grocery store. Generally, they're going to be $3, $4, or $5. So it's kind of a one-for-one. Is it really worth spending that $3, $4, $5 on the plant, putting in the garden, giving it all that time and space and all your tending to essentially get the exact same production that you would have gotten for the same money if you just bought that produce at the grocery store? In general, when I do that kind of math, that makes me decide, nope, that particular plant is not worth the money. But if I see a plant like a kale plant and I know that it's $2, $3, or $4 at the store, and just a few leaves of kale at the grocery are $2, $3, or $4, I know I can get 10, 15, 20 harvests off that kale plant, and I'll get at least, 10, 20 times that amount of produce from that one plant. That is money that's going to be very well spent. So the plant buying guide is going to guide you through all these decisions and help you understand what's worth the money at the plant store and what you should just skip past. Plus, there's a nice little guide right at the end that encourages you to be sure that you can keep those plants alive. As soon as you buy those plants, there's at least 3 things you need to do right when you get home with all those plants in your back seat. You want to be sure that you keep your investments alive and thriving, and I've got a couple of tips for you to follow right at the back of the guide. So there you have it. You don't have to waste your money at the plant shop this season because I did all the hard work for you. So before you head out, spend $1 at the plant store. Download this guide. You can find out how right below this video. Then you can go plant shopping, spend all the money on all the plants that you want, because you can be confident that your money is well invested and you're going to get double, triple, quadruple your investment back with loads of harvests and lots of fun memories in the garden this season. Grab the plant buying guide right below this video or at gardenary.com.